Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Younger Views. Today we'll be talking about Jalen Brunson and the New York Knicks. We just picked them up to a 4-year deal, signed them for $104 million. And I want to know, Julie, how do you feel about this move with the Knicks picking up a point guard, and it's been years in Jalen Brunson?
I like the pickup. We needed a point guard. We've screamed about needing a point guard for years. And I think Jalen Brunson wants to be here. He is one of the most efficient players in the league in the shots he takes. He's a great finisher. He's got a nice mid-range game. He can catch and shoot threes. One of the best corner three shooters in the game.
So you feel like he
I
can
think he
play off
brings
the
a lot
ball?
of, huh?
You feel he can play off the ball also?
Keon, he played next to Luca. Yeah, he can play off the ball. He played a lot off the ball. He didn't shoot too many threes, but he did shoot three. So I think he's a nice fit next to RJ. He's a little undersized on defense. He plays tough, but sometimes, off the ball, he struggles a bit. He could get lost.
So you're saying it's a good. So you're saying it's a good pickup because me personally, guys, I don't watch Jalen Brunson. I only watched him in the playoffs when they were playing against Golden State. I didn't see that much games of him. I don't know how good he will be. I'm gonna find out tonight. I'm gonna watch some Jalen Brunson highlights. But what I will say is the Knicks, they've been desperate for a point guard. We all know that we need a point guard. We need a point guard. Me personally, I felt like we have had point guards. There's only two point guards that come to my head within the last 10 years. Jeremy Lin, Derrick Rose. We had Derrick Rose. We gave him away. We bring him back. He's still on the Knicks roster. So that tells you a lot about Derrick Rose. He's still really good in the league. Deserves a spot at all times. He probably is going to retire himself. He's always going to have a spot in the league. But with Jalen Brunson being on the Knicks, just like my sister said, he's going to bring shooting. He's going to be playing off the ball. He was doing that with the Dallas Mavericks. He's going to play make. He's going to be a good point guard to get Julius Randle the ball. Julius Randle could just be in a spot. He knows he's going to get a good pass, without being doubled. We still have RJ Barrett. We still have Mitchell Robinson. And we still got pieces on the bench. But who knows if we're going to be picking up anybody else. But when it comes to Jalen Brunson, that's a good move for the New York Knicks. All right? What else do you want to say, Julia?
I like the Knicks direction right now. I want to see how this Knicks team can play with a real point guard that could play big minutes. Yeah, we have D Rose, and when we play with D Rose, everyone plays better. But there's only so many minutes he could take before he gets burned out. So having this guy 25, RJ's 22, Obi's about to be 25, IQ's 23.
Oh my gosh, I cannot wait to see Obi with Jalen Brunson. Like, I know people's talking about him in the starting lineup, but man, point guard with Obi, man, I had to say that. Go.
But here's the thing, though. The way Tom Thibodeau runs the lineups, we may not see much Brunson with Obi because Obi usually comes in late, and Brunson would probably play mostly with the first unit. He liked to do first unit, then second unit with the second unit. So we'll see how many minutes Brunson gets with Obi. But I like Obi's minutes with IQ and Rose too.
Even though
so
I'm saying that, it's crazy. Like, just saying, let's just say, well, no, he still plays similar ways, even though he pulls up more because of his injury. But just to D Rose having him off the bench, because it's pretty obvious Derrick Rose is coming off the bench and Obi's on the bench. Derrick Rose and Obi played really good together when they was on the court with each other. And Derrick Rose is a person that penetrates, goes to the paint. Yes, he shoots the mid range, but that doesn't mean he can't get to the paint and throw lobs, give dimes to Obi. And we don't know what Obi has been doing in the off season, whether he's getting more of a post game, improving his jumper, whether it's the 3-point shot, the mid range. We all know what Quickly's doing, getting his handles right and making sure he can shoot the ball at a high field goal percentage. What else do you want to say, Julie?
That's really it. I just want to see how Mitchell Robinson plays with Jalen Brunson. I want to see how RJ plays off him. I want to see RJ get back to cutting more, He's not that efficient right now, and I think cutting more and not having to create every shot is going to help him a lot. So
if you're
leadership.
Okay, so my next question is, who do you think is the most important piece on this roster right now for the Knicks? We only picked up Jalen Brunson and what's his name? The what's his name? The power forward that we just signed today. I forgot his name. But who do you think is the most
Hartenstein?
Yeah. I just want to know from your opinion, because I feel like we're both going to give different answers. Who do you think is the most important key on the Knicks' success this year?
Well, it's going to be RJ Barrett, obviously. People might say Julius Randle because obviously if he could play be efficient, if he could be an efficient 20-10-5, play defense, that would obviously be huge for us because as much as bad as he was, we understand that he's still a talent, right? Mm-hmm. So like we're not gonna act like he's a trash basketball player, even though I don't want him on this team. But obviously it's RJ because he's a 22-year-old third overall pick who's looking for an extension right now. So I mean, he's the guy players may want to, if they're going to come to our team, it's going to be because they want to play with RJ. So his development is going to be the most key for us.
Okay, so you'll say RJ. We actually have different answers. I'm gonna just go with Julius. Because the thing about Julius Randle is, I feel like when it came to the playoffs or big moment games and everything, and him getting doubled, it just seems like if the double comes, he turns into Jason Tatum. But that's a whole nother story, okay? So I feel like I need to see Julius Randle be more efficient, like you said, and just make quicker, smarter decisions,
Well, that's why we bring in Brunson, so hopefully he doesn't have to make as many decisions.
Exactly. That's the point I was leading to. So I feel like with Brunson there, if Julius Randle's not those problems he had this previous year, if they're still there with Jalen Brunson on the floor, which I'm pretty sure he's gonna put Julius Randle in the right spots where he excels the most. So if Julius Randle is still having problems, to me, I feel like we would have to move on from Julius Randle at that point, because now the Knicks are they're making good moves. I wanted Jaden Ivey to come to the Knicks. It didn't happen. He went to Detroit. We got Jalen Brunson. It complements Julius Randle and the other pieces around us. So my last question, since we're getting to the end of the video, is where do you see the Knicks placing this upcoming season?
I feel like with the amount of teams that are going to be tanking, and definitely based off the Knicks record, do they start off with a easy record? Do they start off with a hard record? But I feel like if they got an easy schedule down the stretch, they're going to win a lot of games because with Tom Thibodeau as the coach, he's going to be trying to win every single game, giving 110%. We saw this crap with him starting Alec Burks at point guard over quickly last year. So he's going to be going after it the whole season.
He don't play
to
lose regardless.
Yeah, I think, or just even to develop players. He's not trying to even develop nobody. He's
gonna
like
play whoever's the best on the floor. That's almost like the Miami Heat thing.
Yeah, so it's like I think if everything goes right, I see 8th seed. I can't see higher than that. I mean, we still gotta see what Brooklyn gets back, because they can still get back really good players and then be a competitive team. And then I think the lowest we could get is 10. If we're injured, maybe 11 if we're injured, because we do have depth. So 8 to 10, worst possible case, 11.
8 to 10, worst possible case, 11. Okay, so I'm gonna say they're gonna finish 8th. I feel like they can, with this roster as it's constructed as of right now, and we have no clue if it's going to improve or not. If it improves or not, we will be doing a video on it, and we'll be posting it the next day. But with the way the roster is right now, I see us getting to the 8th spot and playing in the playoffs and then losing to like the Bucks or something in the first round, because we know we're not going to win a playoff game. We just know. And if we win a playoff game, then in reality, we can't even think about picks no more. We just gotta hope to God we get better as a team. That's it. That's the first. That's just thinking ahead. But I see us placing the 8th, so we can play in the playoffs. So if you watched the video all the way through, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button, like the video, and comment down below what you guys would like to see. What's your opinion on our takes? If we hit 1,000 subscribers, my sister will officially be on the camera, or maybe sooner. Hit that subscribe button, you might find a surprise. And like I said, We're out. Younger views.